Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 Live. You betcha. In the 2022 Spring Update Edition. And in this case, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to party like it's 1899 because we got through the 1850s and have pushed things a little far. We got some road work up and running, got all the cool things up and happening, and making a little bit of that monies. We likes the monies. We're always big on the monies, right? So, of course, now we've got a little bit of that monies coming in. Now it's time to get a little more focused on pushing these towns a little bit harder just to see how far we can get today. It would also be kind of nice to maybe switch something over to trains here at some point. Of course, we're working on an awfully big map, but let's switch the screen over for everybody here so as everybody can see what's going on. And sure enough, there is the map of the day. And we'll make sure the music volume there is, relatively low. I don't want it being too high, right? I want to be able to make sure everybody can hear me because, it's all about me and my voice and all. Things, music, whatever. Obviously, Transport Fever 2 doesn't have any background music, so I'm adding a little extra music just to kind of keep things bebopping along a little bit, just to make that little extra of a something. Now, let's have a quick review of the map, what we got done last time, what we're going to do this time. So this is the map, of course. It's a 3x1 large map. And, of course, we started in 1850, and we made 4 lines. Now, the only thing that's different from last live stream to this one is you're looking at it right here. And that is I did put in one more line about... it's 1894 now, so that probably around the late, around the 1880s. And the reason this line appears is because of this right here. This magical food processing plant magically showed up. Of course, it was one of them magical food processing or one of them magical industries that pops in, and we had to take advantage of it. Obviously, I didn't want any of the farms to disappear while trying to push to 1900 for today's stream. So what I did was I did put in, I mean, obviously down here in Ellesmere, we had no industry set up for this, and now all of a sudden we had the ability to do a trucking industry, well, a horse-drawn carriage industry for this. There was no way we could let this go. We just couldn't let this go by. So we did. We designed a line for it. We'll bring up the lines here under the line manager. So, of course, Ellis now has its own road food. And, of course, it's doing a double dip. And to explain what that is that obviously we have this farm up here, and it grabs food from up here and delivers it to the processing plant. But as you can see by the processing plant numbers, you need 2 wheat to make 1 bread. Now, we could just deliver bread from here to town, and that would just mean that the trucks delivering bread would be running half empty all the time, right? Because they would only be 2 out of 4, because the 4 wheat they brought down would only give them 2 bread. But we're doing a double dip, so of course we grab from this farm, we deliver to this processing center. Then I tell them to grab from this farm and bring it back to the processing center, so as they get full loads going into town. This does mean that they're doing a little bit of a trip that's empty. In one direction, but we're making extra money out of that trip when they deliver the full load of bread, right? And of course, that's a double dip. So this line was added, and then of course, our existing lines from last live stream were, of course, we have this line here, of course, all around the southern end on sea. And this line is the biggest line by far that we have going on the map. Again, this is a double dip line. Of course, they come from town, they pick up wood up here, and then they take it to the lumber mill, but then they come back up to this wood and then back to the lumber mill, because, again, you need 2 wood to make that 1 lumber. And then, of course, they drag that lumber all the way across the map to this tool shop, and then they take them tools all the way back to town, and we get some money on that. That line is a bit crazy. It may get replaced one day with with a train. Now this here's a more sensible line, right? This is the same deal. This is Harrogate. Harrogate actually is getting both of its industries. So as you can see here, we're getting stone. You leave town, you pick up stone. It's a 1-to-1 ratio for stone. It's one of the very few ones that actually has that ratio. And of course, they take the brick back to town. They're good there. Here, we're doing a double dip, right? So they're leaving town, picking up the lumber up here, picking up the wood for lumber, then doing a double dip for this second wood for lumber, and then they're dragging it down to this tool shop and then bringing that to town, and that's what they're doing there. And finally, we have 2 lines running up here. This is an example of a non-double dip line and the price you pay for it. So it wasn't money worthy to try and grab this second farm. So we're bringing wheat over to this food processing center. But obviously, trucks heading back, as you can see, are only being half loaded or less, right? So that is unfortunate. It is what it is. Not much you can do about it, right? We just got to go with it. Hey, Noko, what's going on? Well, it's doing all right. It's not too bad this evening. It's a Friday, and it was a nice day. I got a few things done around the house before the live stream started, so we're all good to go, and we're going to make things happen. That's what we're going to do. So today, of course, we're going to hopefully expand the map a little bit, and I hope you're having a good day over there as well, and doing all the wonderful things, right? Now, just to cover the last town, Stapleford, this is crazy because usually fuel is a very complicated line to put together, but this town was literally made for fuel. We have 2 oil wells. We're doing a double dip oil well here. So obviously we're grabbing from this oil well up to the processing center. Then we come back for this oil to the processing center. Then we turn it into fuel and drop it off in town and start the whole process again. It's amazing. And so with that, let us now bring up the lines of profit. All the lines are profitable. All 6 lines are making us money, and they're making us good money as we approach the year 1899, doing the 1899 things. But what else has happened? Well, of course, we pushed to 1899 because we, of course, want to get out of the horse-drawn era age. The horses, holy smokes, they're slowing us down. And, of course, this is where we're going to move into steam power. You betcha. I don't know how much it's going to cost me to replace all this stuff, but I mean, we're gonna replace it with steam power, so as we can push these towns a little harder, and that's our first goal of the day. Didn't you have more modern trucks before? In the beta, when we were doing the 3 episodes of beta, we did use the steam power trucks, but I also started in 1900 in that 3-episode beta series because I was hoping to test city growth. Which of course didn't really work out for us in that 3-episode beta series. But so we started in 1850 last stream on this map with the release, and now I've just gotten trucks here, and now we're going to actually replace these trucks. So doing the trucks of the replacements, the replacement of the truck things. So let's do that. Manage vehicles. I'm sure this is going to cost me a fortune. So what are we replacing that with? Well, if we say this, these will go 25 kilometers an hour. They've got 2 more capacity. Oh, yes. And it's going to cost me $1.5 million. Done. Everybody's replaced. In fact, we're going to replace all the horses. Yep. You know what? I won't replace Ellis. We'll take one more ride on a horse before we replace them, I guess. We'll take this one, and we'll swap this around for this and replace. Boom. You betcha. And then, of course, we'll go into the road tools, make this happen. Do all the swapping of the things. Make sure you select that. Yeah, replace that for 1.7 million. I know it's cost me money. Blah blah blah. Welcome to reality. You got to spend money to make money, people. That's the way it is. Besides, according to that chart that you just looked at, if we have a look at that again, so this is South Road Tools, right? This is one of the oldest lines we have. These vehicles are these horses are 117 years old. And now that has to do with game speed, right? So we usually run the game speed at 1/4 or 1/2, right? So if I don't know what's going on here. It's recalculating. Anyway, the horses are old. It's time for them to go to the glue factory. I feel bad. I feel bad, but not too bad. just kind of letting you know. I feel a little bad, but not bad enough. Not bad enough that we're not replacing them. So bye-bye. See you later. Off you go. And of course, we'll get rid of the staple road because, of course, this is the oil line, and this makes us all kinds of them bucks. So, of course, we want to be shipping that around a little bit faster. Done. Okay. So just for the hoots of it all, what do we got going on here? Do we got anybody coming down here? No, he's headed up, I think. Well, let's hit the play button here for just a second. No, he's headed downward. Yeah, you're headed downward, dude. No. Let's get out of that camera for a second. Let's speed this up a little bit because holy smokes, it could be it's a slow drive with the horses, right? I mean, it is what it is, and we don't need to be that slow. But this will probably be our final time we play around with horses. So we'll take 2 minutes. We'll enjoy the scenery with the horses. It's all good. We're coming into town anyway, and this will give us a good opportunity to see the horses coming in and driving around town as we're approaching 1895 and all the things. Hey, this guy's got 4 weed on him. He's all that in a bag of chips. He knows what he's doing, right? He's going by the town. He's taking the roundabout route. There, of course, is the depot. All right, and of course now he's making his way over here to the factory. Of course he's going to meet some traffic on the way. Hey, big guy, what's up? Not much. Listen, hey, they're all doing the wave thing, right? Because they're all courteous here. We have courteous horsemen. I mean, they're all just because they're getting close to retirement of the horses doesn't mean that they don't have courteous drivers. Because I mean, we're basically going to tell this guy, hey. Your horses are being retired, but now you're going to start driving a steam truck, and it's all going to be good for you, dude. It's going to be good for you. You're going to make more money. It's going to be good for everybody, right? And of course, here he is. He's pulling in. He'll be pulling into the shop here shortly. Of course, he's got his little depot up here he has to pull into, and then of course we're going to probably swap him out so he can get to his next destination and make me money faster because the horses. Right? I mean, the horses are important, but their time has come to leave. 18 kilometers an hour, I think, is just about done and done. You know it. So he's now on his way up. We're going to now swap his horses over. And we'll just click on this, and we'll manage the vehicles. We'll select them all. He should be really happy about this. I mean, he's about to get an upgrade. I mean, look at that. Instantly. No. Come back here, dude. I wasn't done with you. I mean, now instantly, he is now driving a steam truck, and he should be really happy about this. I mean, this is mass improvement for him, right? He was having to stop every couple of miles. The horses were having to get a drink, blah, 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 blah. Now he just drives his little steam truck along. He's waving at his fellow steam truckers. It's all good. He's running up here to the farm. He's got it all under control. He knows what's going on. Oh yeah. They one thing Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2 really do well, and I will say even a lot of the modders do, is the design of the vehicles is very well done. Now, yes, some mods do come with some somewhat lazy models. But a lot of modders actually take quite the pride in the detailing of Transport Fever 2 mods. And so there are mods out there of different vehicles, different vehicle types, and they actually put a lot of detail into the vehicles. And it shows. And it's because you can have these kind of views. That's why you want that, right? That's for sure, right? Oh, definitely. Oh, Transport Fever and Transport Fever 2 have bucket loads of mods, thousands of mods. There are people out there that make different trains. There are different trucks. You name it. There's different stations, different building types. Oh, there's so many mods. There's all kinds of mods. Light Flame, what's up? Yeah, there's good designs out there. Oh, yeah, there are lots of good designs out there, for sure. Definitely. Now, of course, I am playing this with only one mod, and that is the No Year Expiry mod, because I just wanted to do a plain series just to see what the, to see what was going on with the game itself and the new improvements and all the stuff. And so that's why I'm not playing with crazy mods and curve stations and all that stuff, because, hey, lots of people when they first get the game, don't are trying to play the game just for the game. So that's what we're doing, and we're going to try and make a road with that, right? These guys are getting. I mean, these guys are loaded with food. Look at that, 57 out of 57. I can't sell them food any faster. I mean, come on. I mean, that's the way it should be. What's going on here? What's up with you guys? Look at that, 48 out of 48. These guys are like, holy smokes. We just got a big jump in everything. Look at this, 69, 102. Show me the monies. Yeah, show me those monies. Show me all the monies. We like it when you're all getting the supplies you need. We like it when all the supplies are being met. So let's move on up here. How you guys doing? 51 out of 66. Well, that is going to be a problem because of this single farm. It really is too bad that there isn't a second farm over here. I wish I could encourage a second farm. That would be awesome, right? In fact, I wanted to kind of try an experiment here. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna stick a road out here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm sticking a road out here, just to see what happens, right? I notice every time it puts in an industry, it tends to find a dead end road and stick something on it. So what I'm hoping for is that, hey, you'll see a dead end road up there and think, you know what I should put there? A farm. And I'll be like, yeah. Hey, Alan, what's going on? Nice day, isn't it? I hope things are going well there. Hope things are going good in your part of the world, and that all the things and the smiles and the stuff is all going on, And so yeah, that's we got the vehicles replaced. Let's see what's going on here. How you doing? I see your fuel is all good. It's too bad this town is got a very low population start number, but I mean it is what it is. So the other thing I should point out that's going on is you will notice I have taken the time to go around and I have encircled the towns with what will be one day 4-lane road. Right? It's not 4-lane road today because, of course, in 1895, nobody cares about the road except that it's a wider road. But all the towns, I did spend some money. I must probably cost $4 or $5 million to surround the towns with what will become 4-lane road. And, of course, we do that because we want to turn that 4-lane road in 1920, I think it is. We're going to want to turn that into dedicated bus lane / delivery lanes, right? So that's what we're going to be doing with that. So you'll notice every one of these towns have all been done that. And I don't think I missed any towns, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of double checking to make sure I didn't miss any. As it turns out, in Transport Fever 2, the Earth is flat, Alan. It is what it is. But, of course, it's a game. So we don't, we know what the difference is, right? So that has road, and that has road. Now besides this one farm and letting it run ahead a little bit, I did not do any advanced scouting party or anything like that. So it would be nice to kind of decide how are we going to run our train line, the main passenger line, right? Do I run it in a circle or do I try to run it as a line? And if I run it as a line, what am I going to do with it? Well, I mean, it has circle potential, even with, Brandwich or whatever it is, it's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. But the rest of the towns are to the left and the right. I mean, they do have a lot of potential. I hate to say it, but Wooker down here is probably a little too far out of the way. I'll be pushing my luck if I run a circular train line um, to Ellesmere. But at least Ellesmere has product coming in, so I could pull that off. Yeah, I could do grid. I mean, I could do a central line and then, yeah, do grids cross here. Um, if I was to do the central line, I'd probably run it up this way. Then, but see, this is the better town because it's getting goods now, right? And then, like same deal. Like we could probably get stuff into there without too much hassle. It's gonna be a hard. Yeah, I could do two mains on either side. That is definitely something in fact, I was kind of thinking that next, where I could run this line up this side, right, hitting these towns, and then I could run the other line down this side and hitting these towns. I mean, that actually does make sense on both sides, right? And then, I maybe could try to do some sort of crossovers to kind of keep the population numbers going. So, yeah, we might make something on that work. But I'm definitely thinking we should be trying some sort of passenger line route here now because it's going to get a little bit. It'll get harder as the longer these towns keep existing, right? And I've got a surprise, you betcha. So of course we're gonna want to get train lines going in here soon. Now, but not just passenger lines. We're gonna need freight lines. Freight is where the money is. Passengers will do okay, but freight is where the money is, and we're gonna need them for that freight money. It's what it's all about. Now, see, I'm gonna see how I'm staring at this. See how I'm staring at Duncan Field, and I'm thinking, man, look at that, right? There's a food processor right there, okay, and the farms are in the middle, and the town is here. Wouldn't that make a nice freight train? You betcha. Oh, I think so. I think so. I think so. I mean, there's definitely no question about it. This is definitely something I'm going to make happen, right? Don't get me wrong. This truck line, this horse line / truck line has been great. There's been nothing wrong with it. It's making us fine money, but this can make us all kinds of money. So that's definitely something we're going to make happen. Let's have a look at some other areas here. See if we can't make something happen as well. That's a brick. You have brick right there, which is unfortunate because that means I can't make any real money off that. It's not. It'd be well, okay. No, that's even worse. I hate to say it, that's even worse than this. So at least if I was to do a freight service here, there's the. Oh, I thought that was stone. That's coal. Well, guess what? That's totally out of the question anyway. There's way too much coal and iron ore on this map. I don't know why. It's crazy. But anyway. So we're just gonna keep looking around here for a minute, see what we can find. They're really. I mean, resources. There's way too much coal and iron ore on this map. I don't know what it is. Would that make deadlock? Are you talking about when this line up here with the farms? I would scrap this line that's here now anyway, right? This line would go poof. Second, the big challenge is this, right? I would want this. I would want this to be a double freight station. And I'm telling you, we're gonna make that happen here. We're gonna make this one happen shortly. I'm just looking to see if there's any other ones to hit up right after that, right? Because that's gonna take us a little time to put together. But I'm looking for I'm on the hunt for a second one. Like, okay, so if I hate sharing end factories like that, though. That's really bad. Now, let's see. Like, there's just Ugh. It's just bad all around. And yes, I mean, don't get me wrong, getting into gears and stuff is a lot of fun, but that's kind of your late game. That's your late game goal, right? When you want to get into gears, that's the last lines you kind of want to mess with, right? I can make an oil at lock. Just hold on a second. Where's my towns? Do, 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 do. Let's move down here a little bit. No, not there. There is oil there. Is there any? Well, there's the oil. There's the oil, but I'm using the oil refinery for something else there. See, like there's way too much ore and not enough refineries and stuff. Gee whiz. Up. Oh, no, deadlock there. Deathlock. All right, I'll keep moving up. Just hold on a sec. I'll keep moving up. That's Oxford's. No. Okay, so we have this. I really wish I could do something with that stone. It'd be a quick, easy. It'd be a quick, easy, and dirty way to make money, but it's actually better if I went with this stone and that, and then drag it up there. It'd be more money's worth. So we have that, but then I got to find fuel. Well, there's the refinery. There's the fuel. There's fuel. There's refinery. But I got to turn it into gas. Where am I going to do that at? Because I'll tell you right now, you don't want to be driving this stuff backwards. Let's see. Oh, Lechdale. Well, Lechdale has gears and tools. Oh, right. Yeah, so there's the refinery, there's the oil. I agree. So there's like 5 oil wells here and 2 refineries. This is actually a really nice spot. The problem is that there's no end refinery for this. In fact, if I didn't know better, I would say they want us to do this for plastic, which then is used for goods, right? Is why they kind of set this up the way they did. Because look, I mean, they even got a goods factory here. They literally want you to set this up as some sort of goods, which is unfortunate because I'd rather just do fuel right now. They just don't really have a lot of fuel locations. Didn't I see yes, okay, I did see one down here. So, do I try this? Maybe this is the second line I want to do, but that's a long way to drag a train for free. Ooh, are you being used? You're not being used. I think we just found the second line. Okay, here we go. So, we're gonna drag gas down here. Okay, right? We're going to use trucks to deliver it to town. That's fine. The train will pick up oil here, drop it off here, okay? Actually, no, it's going to drop it off up here. Oh, yes, that's what we're doing there. And the reason we're going to drop it off up here is because I'm going to try and catch this second oil refinery en route, drop it off here, and then drag that finished oil all the way back down. That's how we'll handle that. So we'll that's probably going to be the other freight line we give a shot at. So let's get into the first one anyway. Let's get into the first one because it's this one here. It's a relatively nice freight line. I think it's got a great chance. Let's listen, Duncan Field. I you're gonna really hate me. Listen, we're gonna manage the vehicles. We're gonna do this. We're gonna sell all the vehicles. Yup. Poof, bonk. And listen, the Duncan line is now the Duncan Gone line. It doesn't exist anymore. Boy, is Duncan ever going to be upset with me. Okay, so listen, it is what it is. Just get over it, Duncan. But we want this. We want to be dragging stuff. We want monies, and this is where the monies is really all about. So here we go. Cargo station a la mode. Yeah. Now, on this end, we don't need this to do too much. In fact, we want to be able to drag this as far as we can. Is it going to be farther to drag it that way? Probably. So I could use the 2 farms, do this, and then just drop it off in town. Yeah, okay, maybe I should still be using this plant over here, I guess. So we're going to need to add a little road network, I guess. So we're just basically switching this from a road route to a train route. Are you going to give me any connections? Yes, do that. Yep, give me the connections. Thank you very much. There we go. We don't. I just put that road in there. So I was kind of hoping. Well, I don't need this road here now because I don't want this farm to happen up here. I want them farm. I want to save that farm down there. This can all go. Okay. Hey, we make decisions here, people. We make decisions, and some things have to change. It's just the way it is. Make rail things happen. This train, rotate this way. All right. So if we stick this right in here, because we want to stretch this as far as we can, right? Like I want this train to literally be like stretched right out. Now you're gonna need a cargo stop here, dude. And see, look at this town already getting excited with its own little roads and its own little things. That's bad, which is bad for business. Let me tell you, this one's going to be a little bit stretchy, but we're going to make it happen. Wow, that hill's going to cost me a few bucks, isn't it? I can see that already. $800,000. Ugh, gee. Okay, listen, whatever. Sometimes you got to pay the piper. You got to pay the price. You got to pay somebody. So now the question becomes, can I magically make this work? Is it going to be magically delicious? I doubt it. This is going to be one hard push. Let me tell you. Let's see if we can make this happen. Yeah, look. I just need you to go this way for me, all right? I think it's going to be too far, and these things don't touch this way. It'd be different if I could get the roads to maybe touch in there, but the cost of removing all these fields would be enormous. And I mean enormous. So I really don't want to do this as 2 stations. I mean, I can. Yeah, see, we're not even making contact. I'm not even making contact with the farm on this first station. It has to be right about there. Ugh. All right, fine, whatever. Hey, sometimes you don't get all the cookies in the pot. Sometimes you gotta work with what you get. So we're gonna clean this up a little bit, make things happen. Over here, same deal. Let's make this happen over here. This one's only gonna need to be a 1 track. Yep, you're gonna put that right on there, big guy. Just like that. Yeah, it's unfortunate we're going to have to make a double stop here, but looks like that isn't going to be much of a choice. And in fact, I'm going to back this right up to here. And get cargo station out. And we're going to have to angle this just right. Because remember, we're not using curve stations or anything like that. So we got to kind of do the things. Do the stuff. Do the things. There we go. Here we go. All right. Come on now. You can put that in there? Thank you. All right. So that's going to be able to swing down and around and then swing back up here. Cool. So you're going to have to pick up from here first. And then that way we're dragging it farther. We can make that happen. We'll make this happen. All right. So first things first, I'll just bring that right on down here. Welcome to 1895 when, it's hard to make money in 1895, but we're gonna try. Okay, we want to bring you right in here. Now, how much money do you want to charge me for that? $376,000. Well, I don't really get a lot of choice in this, and that is going to be one ugly looking thing. Holy smokes. Let's pause that up for just a second to see if I can't make this like a little bit prettier. Yeah, I know. Towns are separated. Blah, blah, blah. You're making me cry. Okay, so just get over yourself. All right, look. I'll put the road back in a second. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right. So 341. At least the price a little better. What do we got here? Well, that's not actually too bad. I don't actually mind that. Flattens it out a little bit anyway, and it's $229. I like the price more. Game, you're always so bad at guessing the price work. All right, we'll definitely take that. So, now this is going to get ugly because, of course, this road is definitely in the way, right? So we're just going to move this all out of the way now. Blue, 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 blue. Yeah, I'll put the road all back here in a second. All right, we'll just take this. And we'll just make this happen over this way. And we'll put that right in there like so. 373,000, is it? Is that what you want to charge me? Is that really what you want to charge me? What do you want to charge me now? 236. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're a big rip-off con artist, game. Holy smokes. Like, give me a break. I don't think this train will ever be longer than 300 some lots, so we should be able to run the track right up there like so, and then we'll just double run the track back this way like this as we spend the monies. Okay, we can, oh yeah, right, you're still upset about the towns and things. Listen, let me finish fixing this up, and then we can fix up the road, and everybody will be happy. All right. Yep. Come on down here. Do the things. Are we at farm number 1? Yes. Yes, we are. You have to stop here and pick up. Now, this is where I'm going to actually fix this road. Because it's like, whatever. Yeah. Just blowing up some roads. Perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. All right. Yep, give me this. And we're going to bring that up to here. Now, what I'm doing is inbound lines should have the right of way. So in this case, the reason I blew that line up there is because you never want your outbound line from a station to be the straight line. You want it to be the trunk line, right? So in this case, we want the train that's doing 120 kilometers an hour to be going as fast as possible to come into this station, which is going to do. But when the train's loaded up and now leaving, I don't care that it's got to do a trunk line at 70 kilometers an hour because the train's not at full speed yet anyway. So that's when you want to do that kind of maneuver, right? It's always on the pullout that you want your trunk lines. You never want it on the way in, right? So in this case, the train's going to be at full speed. It'll come in, boom. You get there as fast as possible. And that's why I did it the same way here on this end, right? So the train's coming in at full speed, zips right in, and then uses the trunk line to come back out. That's why we do it the way we do it, things. That's why we do it this way, people. That's the way it works. All right. We got to fix up a bunch of road here. Yup. Okay, listen, let's fix up the road. Just because I'm sure somebody's going to be complaining at some point in time. So let's just put a little road in here. Yeah, just hold on a second. We're fixing the road as cheaply as possible. Because, you know, this costs money. And I'm not big on spending money for no reason. Yep. Do I try to go for a bridge here? Is that what I'm going to do? I don't know. I mean, there's a little bit of an indentation in the ground here, so it'd be kind of nice if you could bridge this. Not to say I really care about the traffic woes of people, but I am trying to be a little nice, right? At least right now, anyway. The niceness factor will be gone later. We'll definitely be getting rid of that. But, you know. There we go. See, look how nice I am, right? There we go. So we'll take this, take that. There you go. See, no more alerts. Everybody's happy. All right. So good Good job, everybody. Good job. Unfortunately, this farm is disconnected, but I'm not worried about the farm. All right, there we go. Now, let's see what we can get on here. I guess we're going to put the trains on the other end. That's probably a good idea. Actually, you got to make the lines, Max. That would be an idea. All right, new line. No, not pink. Definitely not pink. It's just not good. Okay, so we're going to pick up... we're actually going to start here. We're going to pick up wheat here. I haven't put signals on this. This is going to be such a mess. And then we're going to pick up wheat here. And then we're going to take that wheat all the way back to here. And then we're going to drop it off here in town. There we go. Done. And this is going to be the Dunk train food line. Now, in this case, oh, wow. How about your caps lock key there, Max? All right. The Dunk train food line. Now, this is going to need a truck line as well. Because I doubt this station is within the limits of all the food that we were dropping off at one time, right? Where is our food sources of the things? Here, just do this for a second, would you? Where's all my food? Well, gee, that's actually pretty close to the train station, isn't it? Click on the train station. Really? You're going to be that fussy? Okay, so there's all the bread. Is it all within the station's vicinity? I doubt it. I think we're going to need a small truck stop with like a couple of trucks just to kind of drive around and around. It's going to be not profitable, but at least it will. The train is the big thing here. Secondary truck lines to train lines, it doesn't matter if they make money. It's nice if they do, but I don't care if they do, right? We need the town. We need certain things to make money, and one of those certain things has to be, definitely has to be the thing. I'd like to have this as a bigger platform. I would like to have it this big. I think there is a deathlock on the line. We'll check here in a sec. Thought everything should be okay, but I'll check here in a sec. First, this road's got to go. It's literally upsetting me. Okay, there we go. Yay! Now I can fit in exactly what I want, and future expansion at that. Are you not going to let me have both ends of the stick? No, that's very mean of you. Fine, whatever. We'll do it this way. We're going to do it this way because that way if there's houses that pop in there one day, we'll do that. So now we'll do a little mini truck line for this. And we'll do it this color, and it's going to be from here. And really, was this where it's being dropped off at? Okay, look, we'll do it that way. So this is going to be the Dunk, D-U-N-K, road food. All right. Done that way. So we'll put 2-3 trucks on that. Nothing too crazy. Just to kind of get the line started. Do this. Dunk Road food. Yep, that will make you all happy. You're probably going to make me lose money, but I don't care about that. Okay, now for this. Let's get this building here. We'll do this. I got to get signals in. Gee whiz, Max. There we go. Done and done. And signals, my friend. You need signals. Sure do. Now, you need a signal coming in, just in case. And then, I don't know, something about halfway between the two is probably fine. There we go. Now, stations actually, the ends of stations actually have their own signaling, but it's habit from old days that I just put signals on either end of the station. You shouldn't have to. That being said, I just do it. I just do it because it's habit. So, Sometimes don't listen to me. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so we got them. So this down here, of course, we got to stop this guy. Boom, like so, and then that's going to take care of him. Cool. Now, I wouldn't say we need any more than 2 trains, and I wouldn't say we need any more than anything. But here comes the big surprise. Yeah, you betcha. It is time. Where is it? Yeah, we got the 280, the 260. We got trains. 60, 75. Boom. You know what? I like 75. I was pretty sure that the Atlantic had come in, but that's fine. What do we got here? What are the prices? 772 for 60. $1 million for 260. We'll buy 2 of these. Why not? Now, of course, this is going to be a 1 for 2, right? So we got to go with cargo wagons. Of course, this is $18.95, so we've got the junkie wagons, but we'll live with that. So 2, 3, 4. Let's go for 6. Okay, no, that is not what I wanted. Yeah, stop that, dude. Listen, look. Just give me all for a minute, would you? Because you're really making this confusing. Add that. Yes. Add. 3 boxcars. Now we need 3 boxcars for the 6 hoppers because again, 2-to-1 ratio, right? So we're gonna drag back. What is it? 7, 6. We're gonna drag back 42 wheat, and we're going to take in 21 bread. In fact, this train may not be big enough. I just realized that. But we'll try it. There we go. Off you go, my good friend. Do the things. We're going to clone you in a minute anyway. Let's hit the play button finally, because surely things won't be upset with me now. And this will get him up and running. You, of course, have nothing to do. Well, you did have something to do, but you don't at the moment until this train gets down here. And holy smokes, I think, and it's going to lose its mind if I don't hurry this along. So, obviously, we're going to have some red numbers. We will not panic on that just yet. Everything's going to be fine. We are not going to panic on the red numbers just yet. The 10-wheeler. The 10-wheeler is really nice, but it's really expensive. The 10-wheeler's always been like one of them trains. It's like, yeah, it's a really nice train, but it's super expensive. And for 100 kilometers an hour, the 442 is going to come out soon, and it's kind of the better deal. So with that, what are you doing, dude? Oh, you are on the wrong side of the track, my friend. That's not good. What's going on here? Why are you doing that? This is okay. This is fine. This is fine. Just bring up the line manager for a second, would you? I don't know why. Oh, because something's gotten goofy. And this is, of course, when Light Flame said, "Hey, I think you might have got a lock of something going on," and I'm like, "Yeah." And I thought it figured itself out, but no, that would have been too easy, wouldn't it? All right. Fine. Listen. Train. Let's see. What number is this? All right. So we're going to go after 3, add a station, add this signal. Right there. Oh, look. Magically delicious. All right. So listen, can you guys figure this out now? Okay, sure. You're gonna have to. Well, you're way out of order, mister. You are just so much out of order. We gotta hustle you along. And yes, I do want to ride this train here in a sec, but this guy is a total goof because he's down the wrong side, doing the wrong side things, and I don't want to ride that until we get like, gee whiz. All right, I am a little concerned because this guy's already got 54 grain down. This train can only hold 42. Like, he's already full. Okay, so, yeah, these trains actually may have to be bigger. That's fine. That's okay. buy vehicles. We're going to buy the Mogul again, and we're going to get cargo cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Buy that. Put that on this. And we're going to replace that other train here in a second. Stop here for a second, would you? Are you coming into the station? Oh, are you leaving the station? Darn it. I was hoping to catch you just before you left the station. That's all right. I mean, it is what it is. Manage the vehicle. Replace it with... Give me all. Do the things. Give me this. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I'm pushing this train really hard, right? So this train, I mean, it is literally going to be pushing its limits. We're going to see what happens with it, though. Okay, so we now have the grain. Now, of course, I just upgraded that one, so I'm gonna switch over to the other one here. You are coming down the right track, right? Yes, you are. So hit the play button. Do this. There we go. We like a train. We have a train. Do. Now we'll let this work in for a few minutes because, of course, that's a thing, right? Oh, yes. Toot the horn. Make all the noise. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. All right. Now, you should not... Oh, yes, you would stop here because you would be picking up bread to drop off here in town, and that makes sense. Meanwhile, your friend, who's coming here right now, is going to go zipping by town with all his grain because he's a great guy. And, of course, I'm going to have to space you guys out a little better because you guys are a mess. Right? So I'm actually going to stop this guy up here. Yeah, look at him go. He's trucking. He's going. He's cruising. I'm a little concerned because I still don't think we're holding enough. I think we could carry even more bread. So I am going to stop this guy right here and do like so. Where are you got, big guy? Okay. Yep. You picked up, so see, yeah, this train is loaded. I mean, this train is loaded. And this second stop isn't required yet. I could put even more cars on here. It's running entry a long way. Well, maybe. It should be fine though. So, all right, we're coming in here. Everything's done. Yeah, but see, here's the problem. Like I literally could put even more cars on this train, or do more trains is probably what I should do. But I want this to run for 15 minutes because I want to see what happens to the supply chain, right? So the city, of course, with trucks it's really easy. You can just throw on more trucks. With trains, it's a little bit more tricky because, of course, if there isn't enough trains or they're not big enough, the supply will just be kind of, it's like, whatever, right? Like this guy's got one bread, you know, like that's not going to cut it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad he made one bread, but you know, 19 bread isn't going to cut it for us. We need a lot more bread coming out of this factory. So we're going to let this one bed in here for a few minutes, and see what happens anyway. Now, we got this guy coming in. He's cruising, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're cruising, dude. You're cruising. You know, he's got his 56 grain on, which is good, because that way he's going to definitely dump off here. Now, 56, that's 7 4s. That'll be 28 bread. So he'll make 28 bread out of that. But that's still not enough. That's not enough bread. Duncan Field can do 66 bread, right? So I think what we're going to end up doing is probably 2 more trains. Once I can make a little money on these trains, right? Right now we're making money, but it's only 65,000. That's not money. That's pocket change. It's running entry from production to grain and 1/3 back, right? Right. So the big issue here, right? Yeah. So if we were doing this right, if everything was balanced just right, from the food production to town would have a load. This would be the only empty spot from town to the first farm. And then the first farm would go to the second farm and pick up even more grain and then take that grain all the way back to the production. The problem is that the trains aren't big enough, and this first farm is filling them. Like, oh, there's already 100 grain sitting at this first farm, and there's 168 grain at this farm. So really what I should be doing is putting on more trains, right? The moguls will never carry more than the cars I've got them on at the moment. So I'm going to try to do more trains instead, is my only hope. It's my only hope. Let's go with this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to slap that on that train line. Do that. Now, I kind of need these trains to slow down for 30 seconds. Because I need these guys to stop for 30 seconds to let that guy come out of the terminal. So do that. Do this. And do this. All right, out you go. Listen, I need you to come out as quickly as possible, dude. Don't get me wrong. I always like watching a hot train come out too, but I need you to pick up the pace here, big guy. And then you're going to do a quick stop here, of course, and then off these guys go. There we go. Yeah, there's nothing to pick up here, dude. Don't worry about it. Actually, I think there was stuff to pick up there, and you did pick it up. 22 bread. So that's going to be the second train down, and then I got to wait for this guy to turn around before I can add the fourth one. I think it would be better if you transport another resource, then it's always full. Nah, well, yes, I agree. Like, if you could try to get a double head resource, right? But there's no... But, okay, first of all, this town needs brick, which means, yes, I could use the hoppers for stone, but then I'd have to put on flat cars onto this train, and that's not going to be a good answer to that, right? Because then the box cars don't work. That's why them double line heads don't always flow as good as they supposedly sound, right? Yes, agreed, but there's just no real industry that I can take advantage of both sets of cars that are on these trains at the moment. So that's just the way it is, right? In fact, I gotta keep an eye on this guy. Train 3. Yeah, he's dropping off food. Yep, and he's coming through town. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yep. Listen, everybody's gonna make a stop here in just a sec. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Oh, thanks, autosave. I appreciate it. You're always doing the autosave thing. Yep. And right there is where I think I want everything to happen. This is about the halfway point. Yes, it is. So everybody stop doing what they're doing. Boop. And now we'll check a fourth train on and see if we can't make that work. So, no. Nope. I will buy that. Do this, do that, do this, all the things. And train number 4, you can come join the party. Here we go. All right, hit the buttons, and come on out there, big guy. Yep, here he comes. Hurry up and make a stop here, would you? So as I can do the things. What if you transport oil to end station and on the way back you made a road connection to the oil refinery? That's fine, but these trains aren't carrying oil cars, right? So I can't carry oil on these trains. So that's the problem with Transport Fever 2. The cars aren't flexible enough to do freight like that, right? Like you know, you could do some tricks like that in Transport Fever 1, but I mean, these cars will only take certain goods. And so, like, I can't do anything with oil with these trains. These trains are useless, right, for oil, right? So I couldn't use them in that way. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I can make oil. Like, we're going to try and make an oil line down here soon enough to down here at the bottom end to see if we can't get the fuel line to work on this. And this should work out pretty good. Again, it's going to be a number of trains versus the number it produces. And in fact, I am really hoping these trains are going to start to take out enough of this wheat to get ahead of the game, right? What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Oh, listen. Yeah, dude. Listen, you got to get out of here. Dude. Yeah, you got to rock and roll. You got to drive because, let me tell you, there's a train right behind you, and he's going to be picking up wheat. You could mix them to cover some of the cost. Right, I could mix consist, but then you're just dragging around more weight and losing speed off the trains, right? So, again, this is why these types of lines will make more money than trying to run those types of lines. If you get lucky enough, like especially with wood, when it comes to wood and brick, sometimes you can get real lucky to run logs one way and run brick the other way. And if that's the case, then we'll definitely have a few of those lines. But it's just really hard to do with food because food is so finicky with the box cars, right? The only other time you can do this with food is when you're dealing with goods. When you have box cars and you have goods, you can put the goods inside the box cars and try to make a little money with them as well, right? And do it that way. I just want to make sure these trains are all spaced out good enough. How are we doing down here, guys? Are you guys delivering all my bread? Well, we're up to 35, 39, 38, 39, 37. I can't believe these guys are still not delivering enough food. But let's see how we're doing for money. The trains are not making a lot of money. Okay, well, they're making a little money, but they're not making a lot of money. Like when your road vehicles are making almost $1 million and your trains, you got 4 trains and they're not making as much money, I should try to force them to carry even more food, I guess. I don't got much choice. The other problem here, of course, is production, right? I've got to force this to go to level 2 production so he can produce faster. And I guess the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I force these trains to level up one more. I'm going to have to put a few more cars on these trains. I really didn't want to do that because these trains are starting to get really heavy, right? What do we got going on here? Like, see, like this guy, well, okay, he's a really bad example. Let's go to this guy. So he's doing 50 kilometers an hour. I think that's as fast as them cars will go, to be honest. If I go buy vehicles for a second. Beep, beep. Hey, the Klondike is out. Awesome. These cars will only go 50 kilometers an hour. I need to wait to 1903 or something for the next set of cars to come out. By using the moguls, we just get up to speed faster is what's going on here. Speed is our big cripple here. Yeah, speed is killing us at the moment. But as long as the trains are making money, I'm okay with that, right? As long as they can kind of hold this $200,000 to $400,000 line, I'm okay with that. And then once we get to the next set of cars, I can always change the freight cars over on the trains, right? Because I think the next set of cars do 75 kilometers an hour, or 75 or 80 kilometers an hour, and that's perfectly fine by me. I'll make that work. Our truck line is doing pretty good. Actually, now it is running a loss at $3,000, but I am not surprised about that. I think this is the most rinky-dink line I've ever made anywheres. This line is literally just making sure that the food's getting distributed properly, right? And it's really hard to see what's going on with all this bread. In fact, I probably should move this truck stop up here, because it would make a lot more sense to move that truck stop up here. So let's do that. Do this. Truck stop. Where is the truck stop? Yes, do the truck stop up here. Yeah, let's do that. And listen, dude, your little stop here, it's it's a loss. It's a loss leader, dude. We're gonna yeah, we're gonna add a station. Yeah, we're gonna add a station. It's right there, dude. There. See that? Now that makes more sense to me. Do that. There. At least now the bread's kind of getting more evenly distributed or something. So do that, guys. You know, at least make it worth my while for you guys to be driving around here. You know, because that'll make me happy. There we go. So we should crank the speed up on time a little bit. We'll go to 2 times speed so as we can get to 1900 finally, so as we can celebrate 1899, because that's what we do. Of course, this is good. This is what I want to see. I want to see this first station run out, and then they have to pick up from the second station, right? This is what we want. We want this station to be empty. So he can hold 42. He's only going to get 31. Perfect. Now he's going to go to the second station, and he'll grab the rest, and then he'll take what he needs to go make bread. And that's exactly what we want. So then, see, this is where this is going to come shipping in. This is where we've got to be sending a little more wheat. But this is exactly what we want now. We want that first station to never get full, right? So he's at 19, 20, and here comes the next train, right? So this is good, right? We want this to run out. All right, there we go. Yeah, come on in here, big guy. Oh, I know you're making your way in. Oh yeah, it's 1899. Look, I can see the fireworks happening already. We're gonna even slow down time because it's that much of a party, right? Now, see, he did just almost get enough out, but that's all right. We're about to upgrade this. I'll upgrade these trains again. To put more cars on them, and then that way this first farm will never fill that the first part of them cars. That'll be fine. Okay, so this is actually working out pretty good as we are now in 1899. And I'm just checking my time to see how we're doing for time. Okay, so now we're going to try, but I've only got $9 million. Ugh, we'll never get a big line in there. It would be nice. You know what? I'd rather have this line working than to me mess up a second line. But that being said, we are still going to try and sneak in a second line. I really want this to balance out well so as we can get bigger money, right? So that's what I'm talking about. We want $500,000. I want even more money here. As soon as we can get a bigger upgrade, we make this happen, right? Here, look at this. Look at that. Perfect. Right? 36 out of 56. If we had 2 more cars on there, that would be the perfect scenario. That would be perfect. Because then this guy would be look, he is so close to cracking this shipment number and going to level 2. That is perfect. Would trucks in the middle station? So, yes. If I was going to do trucks, I would actually do the trucks from the back farm and take them up here. That being said, once we have enough cars on these trains, they'll run more profit anyway. And the reason I would do that is because by picking the grain up here, then picking the grain up down here, and then going to the food processing, I'm actually making more money from this first load of grain, right? So this first load of grain has to travel down here, then turn around and come all the way back up. And that's where I'm making the bigger load of money on that, right? So if I was going to combine the farms, I would truck the food from this farm over to this one. But what I don't want to do is I don't want this second farm to cut into the profits of the first farm. So if I were to use trucks and truck this over here, what would happen is, yes, there would be lots of wheat for the train to pick up on the very first stop. But that wheat would now only count from this station to the processing plant. It wouldn't get this extra amount of money that you're getting in for this little extra part of the loop. So we would actually lose a little money on this part of the loop, and the trucking line, it might make a little money, but I don't think it's going to make the money up that we need it to for making this train, right? So that's why I'm not having it trucked over to the second station. That and the fact, like we talked about in the last stream, Transport Fever 2 really stinks at multi-connected lines. So right now, if I were to put trucks on this second farm and try to get them to bring the wheat to the first farm and then get picked up by train, I don't think it'd actually work because it didn't work in the beta. We actually tried that in beta and it just kind of went wonky, right? It was like, whatever. So, which is a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is, right? Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, you know? So, you know, at least I know this way works, right? I think I am. I'm pretty sure of it. Now, how much money am I making? Don't know. And I mean, I'm not the game developer, so I mean, I can only go by what I've observed in all my time of playing the game, and that is, yes, the game will not pay you for the extra run time of. So for example, let's say I had this station, and then I make a train line just like go up to here to the corner of the map and turn around and come back. So I don't think the game would pay you for that, but because we pick up here, but then we pick up something else here, I think the game does register that as an additional stoppage on the line, and not just an empty run line, and then does pay for the extra haulage, if that makes sense. Right? Yes, that's the cool logistics I'm going with, and I'm sticking with it for now. Anyway, I'm sure there's a programmer out there somewhere that's torn this game apart and can totally prove me wrong. But I'm going with that story for now because it sounds really awesome. How we doing for bread? You're carrying 19 out of 21. That's actually really good. You did leave 2 bread behind, but you do that every time, and that drives me crazy. Hey, we're about to hit 1900. Yes, do the 1900 things. We're going to party. Yep, December 31st. We're going to have it. Yeah, I would love to do tests and stuff like that, but right now I am working just so much. Like, there are times in the year where I don't work as, no, I don't want to say as much. I'm not working as hard, so I get a little more free time. But this time of year, I'm just working all the time, right? So it is kind of hard. Yay, us! There's the gondola. Yeah, there we go. Guess what? It's time for an upgrade. Hey, and we get buses for the first time. So, of course, that's always important, too. All right. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. That's what we're doing. We're doing upgrades. Manage vehicles. Do this. So, now, yeah, we're going to add you. And give me the cars. Give me the cars. Yes, gondolas. So how many do we have on there now? An 8 and 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that, I mean, this is a big upgrade. Oh, it's 20 million. I can't afford that much upgrade. Okay, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and take that out. Oh, come on. Give me some money. Whatever. I'll borrow the money. All right. I want this upgrade. I want these upgrades, people. This is where we're gonna make the monies. Manage the vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, replace. Boom. There we go. Now haul me some stuff and make me some money, would you? Now we're gonna lose money here for a minute, but that's okay. I got the loan. I definitely got the loan. We definitely going to repay the loan as fast as possible, too, because the interest, of course, will be killer. Gee whiz. Yeah, we definitely got to get rid of the interest and all the stuff. But this should do all right. Now we have trains, right? Are you going to let me look at the train? Warning, abandoning industry, steel mill. All right, just hold on a second. We'll have a go stare at it. Where's this at? Is that important? Not really. Not at this point in my life. No. So I guess if you're gonna get rid of that, then that's fine. It is what it is. So carry on. I know one thing. For every industry I've gotten, it's taken away like 4 away. So that's why I'm keeping a short short leash on that. Okay, trains. So again, this train can hold a lot of wheat, right? What do we got here at the station? Right, exactly. So it's got 31 out of 60 wheat. That's exactly what we want. It's going to now grab the rest of that wheat from this station, and then now we should be making even more monies on that breads. And I mean, we're talking loaves of bread here, so we should be definitely making monies on that on that bread. All right, do this, right? Now this guy would not have had a full load of bread because he didn't have a full load of wheat to leave behind. That isn't going to start happening until probably this guy. Yeah, this guy is going to be our first guy who's actually going to leave like a full load of 96 wheat. You know it. Boom. 96 divided by 2 is what? 45? 40. No, 45 is 90. 46 is 92. 47. 48. So that's going to be 48 bread. Okay, so this will be the last time he picks up 16. I'm hoping this will push the shipment side of things over 100, and then this guy would upgrade so he would go a little faster. It would be really great. You know, just saying, because I'd really like to make some money. Oh, we should pay back that loan. Yep, repay the loans. All the loans are paid. Yes, see, now we're making monies. That's what I want to see. I want to see $1 million plus on them trains. I want to say even more money. If I could have put 3 more cars on there without too much borrowing, I would have done it. But we'll definitely make money on this now. Is that a sub? No, that was a boat. That was just a boat. That's the Vandal boat. That's actually a really great boat, by the way. It's a good money making boat. So yes, show me the monies. I like the money. I like the cling sound. I like it when you make the sound for me and it goes cling. That makes me very happy. Listen, how much bread did you pick up? 25 out of 36. Well, that's okay-ish, but I really need you to push this number harder. You just really don't. Yeah, like you've got 116 stored here, dude, and you've got this next train coming in with another 96. So how about you do the thing and upgrade, and I'll be really happy about that, right? How are you guys doing? Oh yeah, see, look at that. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Boom! Now we're back up to the 70. We're looking good now. We're looking good. Oh yes, look at this. Now the earnings are coming in. Yes, up to 2 million. Boom! Look at them lines. Them lines are hot. Whoa! What's this? No. See, this is bad. All bad. We needed this oil well. No. Nope. This isn't good. That is the oil well we need, right? Oh, well, I mean, I could use this one, but yeah, okay, yeah, this is the one we need anyway. Whew. Okay, listen, I'm not very happy that you're taking this one away, but whatever. You're going to do what you want to do. I thought we were going to lose that one. You could also make a harbor if you had other cities on the coast. Yes. The big issue here is this. This section here stinks. But actually, I'm kind of I'm taking a quick look around here just to see what we've got for harbor freight. The only problem with boats is that they're really slow, and so if you haven't got a straight shot of something, it's really hard to make money with them. Yeah, this map really isn't very good for boats. I had tried to get more water on it, but it was being really difficult to get the water on here the way I wanted it to. It was just being silly. Anyway, let's see. So we're not going to lose the oil well that I was very panically on, because this is going to be the moneymaker. You know, we want all the things here. If we're going to try and make any money on this at all, we've got to try and pick up oil twice. Drop it off here. I mean, we may even try to pick up this second oil from here and then drop it off here. Really tricky. Yes. Okay. Well, all right. Well, you only got $3 million max, so you got to let the game run for a bit. Do that. Because we gotta we gotta stash up some cash because you're broke. Also, slow time down a little bit, just so as we're not losing all the years. Because now that it's 1900, we'll definitely want to keep 1900 around for a while. It's nice that we're making $3 million, but if you don't keep the game running, Max, you're not going to make any monies. That's just the way it is. Run bread on the coast. Well, let's see. Where could I do that at? Yes, there's a farm here. Well, you wouldn't do that here. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. With no road maintenance. Romford. Oh, okay. Well, let me have a look around here for a second. Newbury, Oxford, blah 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 blah. There's Stepford. Is there a Romford? Do I have a Romford around here somewhere? Well, there's the bread. I mean, but there's no place to deliver the bread. I don't need that bread maker. Like, there's no place for the bread. Like, yes, you could run like some little rinky-dink boat going on here, but that's not going to make us any money, and I have no place to deliver to. Like, there's nobody needs bread on this side of the map at all. Like, it wouldn't make any like, there's no place that needs bread on this side at all. The closest guy is this guy, and for that I would use a train for that. In fact, I would use a train for that. Yes, I would. I would use a train for that. Look at that. There's a farm there, and then there's a farm there. And then we could run the train all the way up here to this farm. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made there. That's a bucket load of money. Is that something I want to do though? That's pretty crazy. That's a long run. And there's a mountain in the way. Yeah. But if you could drag that bread all the way back here, that would be freaking awesome. And we get another shot at doing a double station line. Let's do a little test here for a second. I'm going to let that run for a second. Listen, you guys aren't going to be upset if I blow this up, do you? Nope. Good. We're just doing a little test. Everything is fine. We need a cargo station. We need you to turn around this way. Are you going to touch this farm here at all? No. 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 Yeah, these farms are just too far apart. Ah, darn it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Obviously I could make it touch this farm and somehow grab this farm. It'd be easier for me to grab this farm back here and then drag the wheat farther along, which is fine, and then bring it into there, and that would definitely give us some nice stuff going on here. I think this has Alan, have a good one. As always, I hope you have a good night, buddy, and do what you got to do because it's Friday. That's what we do on Fridays, dude. So, catch you in a bit, Alan. And let's see. Well, I mean, if we're going to do a line, it's definitely going to be here. It's definitely got to be this one. I mean, dragging that oil would have been nice, but it's kind of kafluky. Meanwhile, this is a straightforward from Bedford through the center of the map. Grab the two farms, process the bread, and then boom. Oh, look. A new industry was founded. A steel industry. Great. What I didn't need. You just feel free to put that there. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, I think this is going to be the best shot. the best, and it's also going to be the best shot if I actually build a bridge here. Ugh. Okay, well, we're going to need a little bit more money than that. How's that train doing? Yes, make me $2.5 million a year now. That's awesome. How you guys doing? Are you guys happy with that? 70 out of 70. You know it. That's what I'm talking about, people. We make money now, right? I knew what was going on. See, so like, this farm, right? He is getting, well, he's not quite getting half. In fact, I'm a little worried. These farms may not be keeping up now. Hey, guys. Listen, well, you guys have got to be pumping more bread out here. Listen, 94, 95, yeah, like you guys have got to pump out more bread. Like you guys had better be and this has always been a thing about Transport Fever 2 that's always driven me a bit wonky is, listen, put stuff out on the docks. Like, just make stuff run, right? Like, this should be running flat out, and it's not, right? So, okay, this guy now just picked up 13 grain, right? And it's like, okay, so, there's 13 grain here. That is not enough to keep this town running, right? These trains will not stay profitable if they can't get all the bread they need. Oh, wow, look at this. That is why it's going on. We may actually have to put smaller trains on here all of a sudden. Okay. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to put smaller trains on because these guys these guys are so efficient, they're cleaning the farms right out. That's what they're doing. Okay. Well, let's fix that up because this is the thing that happens. So, manage the vehicles. These are what, 8 and 4? So I guess I'm going to dial them back to 6 and 3. Okay. That's fine. 6 and 3, huh? 2 6-0s. And down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And replace for $1 million. Yes. Done. So that will hopefully... the maintenance cost, of course, by doing that is now lower, and it should now be filling these trains up almost full. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we want to see there, right? So these guys were you guys are doing such a good job that you're literally cleaning house. That's what's going on there. Hey, Julian, what's up? What did you miss? Yeah, not too much. Well, I say that, and, I built my first train line. So, actually, it's 1901 now. So, you actually missed a little bit. Yeah, we did a train line. A new industry, oil refinery. Oh, look, you put the oil refinery back. That was very nice of you. We do have a train line. Yes, we do. And it was making really good money. But unfortunately, I overrated it. I made such good money at it that I cleaned everybody out. There we go. See, now that's what we want, right? Half the cars should be full, the other half are empty, and now it's going to come up here and hopefully fill out the other half of them cars. But this is just a minor setback. It's all about the balance of the force, and well, I mean. Train lines. We replaced all the trucks with the steam engine trucks, and then we built this train line. And this train line is a bit tricky because I am forcing 2 farms to fill a train instead of just a single farm. And that's because the farm is running out. Both farms are running full tilt, which is always a problem in this game, right? The farms are never very efficient, if you can say it that way. So how are you doing? Yeah, so literally this train is only 3 away from 60, right? So it's doing okay. So these should hopefully come back into profit here shortly. No, don't. Stop doing the minus signs. I really hate the minus signs. You make me panic with the minus signs. All right, exactly. Yeah, do make me monies. Don't. Yeah, that's it. Keep going down on that money sign. All right, we'll see how it turns out here in a minute. But looks like this, I'd like to do this other line before the end of the stream. We still have time. It's going to be a bit of a tricky line, but I'd like to do this line here for this town, right? I think Bedford's got the best shot at it. Well, if the upgrades, if everything in the beta it was fixed, they should eventually upgrade if I can provide all the services to them. Right now, the best shot at that is going to be this guy, because he's getting all his goods, so he's running at 100%, so hopefully this guy will get all the stuff and the things. We got to fix his destinations only because it's 1901 and we don't have any passenger train lines in. So that will be a thing we'll work on next. Not that bright. Decisions. Well, there's a lot. Yeah, well, I mean, that is what the game's all about. It's all about making lots of decisions. So I'm just keeping an eye on this train line all of a sudden now. Because we cleaned it. All right, so it's now back up to $500,000, $1.4 million. Okay, so that's fine. It's now coming back up to where it is. I was gonna say it was making really good money, like $2.5 million is good, but it's kind of like too good. And I was like, that shouldn't be that good. Like I expect that line to be making me about $1.5 million in 1900. And now that is what it should be doing, right? So how much is being here? So this is going to get about 30. These trains can carry a little over 60. So that's exactly about right on target. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we're at the 14 million mark. Let's do this other train line. So let's see. Bedford, where's all your goods at? All the bread is on this side of town. Awesome. That means it's one less thing I got to worry about. So we're going to stop this for a second. I'm going to move this road around just so as it's not in my way. Beep, beep. Yeah, I know. You're very upset. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. We're going to move this road down here. And then we're going to take a little drive down this way. And we're going to plug it into there. There, see? No more alerts. It's perfectly fine. I have two friends. Friend one borrowed from friend two, like, 10,000 pounds, and now friend 2 wants me to give address of F1. Oh, whoa. Okay. First of all, why would friend 1 borrowed from friend 2, why would friend 2 give 10,000 pounds? Yeah, I can see what the problem is. You're in the middle of a predicament. Because I can imagine somebody wants their money back. Whatever happened to borrow $20? Whatever happened to borrowing 20 quid? You know, yeah, you got 20 quid I can borrow? Yeah, okay, right? 10,000? Holy smokes. Like, you know, you always seem to be playing with the big numbers, Julian. I don't know what it is, but you do that. I got to put a station in here. I got to put several stations in here, actually. And I'm going to make it a 2-station, even though we don't need a 2-station yet, because I'm hoping to do something a little later with it. So we're going to do that. Never lend friends money. Exactly. Well, that's really the first lesson here. The first lesson is that... well, I have a rule. Of $50, right? I will lend any friend up to $50. So if like you asked me for like 2 20s and a 10 on 3 separate occasions, or you asked me for 50 at once, that's fine, right? If you pay me back in a short period of time, cool. If you don't, then forget it. I'll never lend you money again, and well, you obviously won't be my friend again either, right? That way, I'm only out $50, and you know, it's whatever, right? For him, $2K, it's lunch money. Well, I'm glad 2K for him is lunch money, but I'll tell you right now, 10,000. Well, it doesn't matter if it's dollars or pounds. 10,000 for me is 10,000, right? You know, so it's nice that, you know, that somebody has like all the bucks, but it's definitely not me. So it is what it is, I guess. We got to kill this road. This is going to upset somebody, I'm sure. We got to get this farm to hook up. This is going to be and this road is terrible. So I need this road to be like right straight out road to here. Yep, somewhere's around there. And I need to get a station down here. Yep, we need this. Yep, that's what we need. I need you to color up and look good. I'm going to keep trying to run the game here for a bit because we're going to run short on money if I don't. Now, second farm. The second farm we want to hit up is going to be this one, I think. I think it's going to have to be this one. All right. It is what it is. So, take this and this and this and this and this. I have a rule. I only loan what you can afford to lose. Yeah, so that's my $50 rule, right? So basically, I'll loan out $50 to a friend. With the stipulation that they pay me back relatively shortly, right? Within a couple of weeks, right? And there should be never any reason for more than a couple of weeks, right? 4 weeks max, right? 2 pays, right? I can understand if I lend somebody $50 and then, obviously they might not be able to pay me on the next pay because the next pay may be like their rent pay. But within 2 pays, you should be able to pay me back, right? And if you can't, then chances are we're not friends anymore. It's just the way it is. So we got to come all the way up here. Hey, how are you, Mr. Farm? Good. Listen, I need this to cook into here like so. Something like that. Yep, thank you. Here we go. I want them just to sit at a table and discuss. Yeah, I would love it if that's the way the real world work. Could you all just please sit down at the table and discuss this money problem? That would be great. Chances are that is not how that's going to go, though. We'll see. Also, if you need to ask for money, then they are not. Also, if you need to ask them back for money, yeah, then they're not your friend. Yeah, exactly. If you need to start chasing friends around for money, they're not your friends. Right, that's just the way that is. Yeah, and it would be nice, Julia, if they would actually if everybody would just play cooperation, and you could get them to just come to the table, as it were, and do that, right? That would be awesome. I just don't know if you're going to be able to pull that off, right? So you are kind of in the middle of you are kind of in the middle of a storm. I will give you that one. That's for sure. Yeesh. I wish I had better advice to give you, but I'm afraid I don't. To be honest, I have no good advice when it comes to those who lend out money. Oh man, this farm's gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay, we gotta cut this farm corner off really hard, really quick. Yep, something like that. How far? Oh, okay. This is good. This is good. I'll take it. I'm gonna take this. Yep. I'm gonna run this right up here somewhere. Right to about here. Okay, cool. Yep. I can make this work. I can make that work. Cool. But one of them doesn't want to give up the idea that the other one doesn't have them right now, and the other one doesn't try to convince them. Jeez. See, yep. That's why I have my $50 rule. And I can understand. It's great that one of the parties has a large amount of money and was kind enough or able to lend that kind of money. That being said, maybe they shouldn't have, right? Maybe you should have started with a smaller amount first and then seen how that went. And then if that went okay, then you say, oh, okay, you know what? I'll lend you more money. But yeah, I think they kind of went a little crazy on the first amount. That's just my general opinion. But anyway. Yeah, I don't. I would love to give you the magical answer for that one. that being said, it is somebody's money, right? Yeah, I borrow money, but I always give them a ridiculous period. Give me 50, and I'll give it back to you by Christmas, and in 2 weeks' time, maybe 3. Um, well, okay, yeah, but at the same time, uh, you know, I guess there's just an unreasonable amount of time. I'm never into big loans because those aren't loans. That's investment, right? Anything over 2 pays isn't a loan anymore, right? I consider that to be an investment. You're investing in something now, right? So, like for example, why would somebody need a $10,000 loan? Like that just doesn't make any sense, right? That's not a loan. That's an investment, right? And so then you got to decide, okay, am I willing to invest $10,000 on a person, right? Is that a good investment or not? Is the thing, right? Um, I guess that's just the way I look at that. People have to be kind of somewhat responsible for what it is they're giving their money to. And there's loans to friends, and then there's investments to friends, and that is definitely what I would call an investment more than a loan. But anyway, what do I know? I just play video games. Well, I work and play video games. I have normal. I'm a normal job person with normal job stuff, and I play video games. That's just where we are. I know bridge pillar collision. What? Collision? What? No, there's no collision. $4 million? You're drinking. Holy smokes, $4 million on a bridge I'm going to have to blow up here shortly. That's crazy. People also need to understand the value of money. That is very true. A lot of people really don't understand the value of money. And I can't believe I just had to spend $4 million on a bridge. So, there, speaking about the value of money. And look, I got to spend $2 million for the track to run down the other side of this thing. So listen, keep running this thing because I'm going to need all this new money to buy these trains because I'm going to need like $20 million in trains, right, to make this line work. It's going to be crazy. So I think that's all the track. Oh, jeez. The things I get myself into. All right, so, yep. You're going to do the thing. You're going to do a thing. Where's our first farm? Our first farm's right there. Sure. We'll do this. Here's our first farm. So, of course, I'm going to double signal it just because that's the thing I do. All right. I'm just a jobless guy for a week searching for work. A nominal workplace. Well, the thing is, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are just normal people, right? Doing normal things. Again, a loan of $10,000. That's a bucket load of money. I could never loan a friend that much money. I just couldn't. I mean, well, first of all, if a friend needs that kind of money, they should be going to a bank. I mean, that's or a financial institution. That's what they're for. Again, that 10,000 is not a loan; it's an investment, right? And that's what banks do. Banks invest. They make decisions based on your credibility, right? So that's why I think both parties are at fault. I think the person that lent the 10,000 is at fault because they should never have lent 10,000, and I think the person that borrowed the 10,000 is also at fault because you should never have borrowed 10,000 from a friend because that's just mean. that's just plain mean. Okay, I got to set up a truck line here, or these guys are never going to get any food. Let's do that. One truck line. Turn it this way. Zip. Okay, yep. We're going to put this right here. Are we going to put it there? Or are we going to put it over here? We're probably going to put it over here. Okay, and then we need one of these. right in the middle of town because bread. And now we'll do some magical stuff here. All right. Let's see. It didn't happen all at once. It was like 3-4 loans. Okay, so then, but that still makes my point, right? Person one with all the money. If person two didn't pay them back after the first loan or even the second loan, they shouldn't have lent them any more money, right? And person two, if they couldn't, if they thought, listen, you know what, I don't think I'm going to be able to repay these loans, should not have asked for more loans, right? Because basically, it just sounds like a gambling debt, right? It just sounds like, you know, you're giving out this money. Where's this money going? Well, right? If it was an investment money, then, you know, you're going to see something on your investment. If it's gambling or something like that, though, that's not investment. You cut that off. You got to cut that limb off, right? He's the most to give them based on trust. I don't know why he suddenly switched around. Yeah, I don't know either. Again, the amounts are kind of crazy, right? Hate to say it, but the amounts are not good. But that's just me. That's just the way I'm seeing it, right? So anyway, I'm just checking my lines here, making sure the trains are behaving themselves. Right, guys? Are you guys behaving yourselves up here? I hope so. You got bread on? 24 bread is not enough bread. What's going on with the farms? Oh, okay. That's fine. He just picked up. How much bread do you got? Like, you guys are... Come on, guys. You guys got to push out more bread than that. Like, you know... Like, these guys want their bread, right? And we got to get them their bread. So, do stuff about that. Yeah, you being in the middle is not good, right? You need to go to the... You need to go to the person who owes the money and say, look, I am going to get, like, I'm going to give you 1 week to pay this money back. Otherwise, I'm telling the other person where you are, right? And then I'd go to the person who loaned the money, and I'm going to say, and tell them, look, I gave them 7 days. If they don't pay you back in 7 days, then I'm going to tell you where they live, and then count me out of it. And that's it. That's the way I would do that. But yeah, you got to get out of the middle of that, and you got to get out quickly, but with a little grace. So that's how I would handle that. I'd give everybody a 7-day deadline and say, look, you either come up with the money in 7 days, or I give them the address in 7 days, and then walk on it, right? And then say, look, after that, don't look at me twice. Because, yes, the Atlantic has arrived. Yes, there it is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Okay. So, yeah, my day overall, I mean, my day is fine. I'm about to put on a bunch of trains. And hopefully we're going to make a bunch of money on those trains. I'm hoping. We're going to find out. I do have to put a few trucks on here first. But my day overall, good. Yeah, the day is good. You know, not too bad. We always like a somewhat decent day. I need to make a truck line here, of course. New line. This is going to be another one of these weird orange-looking lines from there to there. And this is going to be the Bedford Road food line. The Bedford Road food line. There we go. And of course, we're going to buy him 3 trucks just to kind of get him up and running. They probably won't make money, but I don't care. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we'll buy that, and we'll stick them on the road. Done. Now for the big line. This is the train line. No, pink is not the color. So we want to pick up bread here. Yup. And then I'm going to just borrow one of these signals to make sure that it's going to pick up the signal properly. And then pick up the right side. And then we're going to pick up more bread here. And then we're going to take that. We're going to take all that wheat to the bread processing factory. And now we're going to take all that bread back to town down here. Like that. And yes, everybody's happy. So this is going to be the Bedford Train. Food line. Done. Done and done. Well, listen. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great to have friends that have all kinds of money. And okay, so let's say I had all kinds of money. I mean, I'm not broke by any means, right? Let's say I had, but let's say I had like all kinds of monies, right? Though I'm not sure I would be lending it out. I would also have no problem like if I was meeting up with my friends, like paying for everybody's lunch or dinner or whatever, right? Or like, if me and a bunch of friends were going to an amusement park, I'd hook everybody up with the tickets for the day and stuff. Instead of loaning out money, when you had like if I had a lot of money, that's the way I would do it. I would gift the money, right? Because that way there's an investment there. The investment is everybody's going to have fun that day. I'm going to have fun that day. They're going to have fun that day. That's my investment, right? Money should always be looked at as an investment, no matter how much you loan out, is the way it is. Romford. That's Harrogate. Oh, is this the Romford? There's Romford there. Look at that. Holy smokes. I have been looking around for this town forever. And he will definitely get food. He's definitely going to get some food. In fact, gee whiz. Well, you know what? We're going to run this line now because that's where we are, right? I'm going to borrow a bunch of money and then I'm going to stick some trains on here. But that food line is definitely something that's going to happen. Warning. Oil well number 2. Is this a thing I'm going to panic on? Well, yes, I need that oil well. All right. Well, there's nothing I can do about it today, so it is what it is. Whatever. Take it away. So yes, Romford. Yes. So how would we handle them? Well, I mean, we've got these two farms here, right? We got this farm here, this farm here. The problem is food processing. I got no place to process the food. There's the food processing there. Look. That's all in the wrong direction, dude. That's wrong direction. It's like totally in the wrong direction. What would I do with that? All right, well, you know what? I can't worry about that today because that line isn't going to happen today anyway. So, listen, we're going to run this train up. We got to get Bedford running. So we'll worry about that one at a later date. But let's get Bedford up and running because it's going to cost me some money. I know that. I need train track. Yep, thank you very much. Can I have some train track here? Thank you. Cool. You just put that on the wrong side. Darn it. Okay, do that, and get rid of this piece. Awesome. Okay, now, you need to put in a train depot. Yep, there you go. And boop, 20 grand. It's my kind of price tag. Over Bedford, you'll find Romford and also accept food by ship. That would be, that would be fine. Are we using this? Yeah, we're using that, so I can't use that. So there's no way I could do ships with this because the only processing plant is that one, and I need this town to grow. I need this town, and I need this town down here to grow because they're going to be my anchors for the passenger train line. And if they're not growing fast enough, then my train lines will probably run at a loss on the ends, and I don't want them to do that, right? So I'm trying to build 2 anchor towns to then build my passenger train line to get a train line in. And now that we've got the 442 Atlantic, within 2 more years we're going to get the train cars for it, which means on the next stream we should be able to try to go for another freight line and then our first passenger line, right? No, you use your food processing plant and ship it by ships to and ship grain. I just don't know where we're shipping the grain from, right? Like there's no farms close to this water, right? I mean, I can't I'm not gonna take a train and push it all the way up here, but I can't even use this food processing plant because it's being used by this town, right? But anyway, in any case, it's not gonna today. I gotta worry about this other train line, and if we want enough time to see it, so I gotta put trains on it now. It's now or never, right? I'm gonna borrow a bunch of money uh, because that's a circular line. Transport Fever 2 will never do it, right? It won't like it, right? It will get confused with that line, and then you'll just get one of them silly symbols where it says can't figure out the line, right? That's not gonna. I can't use this food processing center because this town is going to keep growing, and as so like right now it only wants 71, but this thing will only ever do, I think maybe 400. And this town, if it keeps growing, will outstrip this food processing center at some point, right? Yeah, give them back. Yeah, that's what I do. Oh, yes, yeah. Well, I borrowed a bunch of money, but we're going to spend a bunch of money on these trains, right? Let's not kid ourselves here. I'm about to spend a bucket load of money. I would be very tempted to put Atlantics on here, but that's a lot of money to do that. It's probably better if I don't. 1.5, 1.9. Like the 10 wheelers are actually better cost wise. Their tractive effort is also better. So how far is the distance on this? Oh man, that's a really far distance too. And we're gonna have to run 4 trains on this. So this is gonna be your first thing too. So we're gonna need. You know what? I'm going to do this with this, and we're going to do the same step as we have up top, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 box cars. Oops, wrong ones. Get rid of those. We're going to do 6 of these and 3 box cars. Because that's 4 million. Yep. And then we're going to put it on the Bedford train line. And let's see. And then I'm gonna repay all this money. And the reason is that I'll borrow the 5 million each time, so as I'm not in debt, right? There's no sense paying interest on money I don't need. The problem is that the city doesn't demand that much in the beginning. Yeah, and that's the other problem, right? So what's the demand on Bedford, right? The demand's only 53. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, stop here for a second, dude. So 72 for 36. So we know that he'll accept 53 bread. As long as I can keep the 36 bread coming in, then it will probably do okay, right? But I don't want to outstrip these farms for the amount of food that Bedford's going to take in, which is only going to be 53. So it's going to be a bit of a chase with these trains anyway, right? I would try to do it with 3 trains on the line, but that's really risky, right? I mean, we'll see how it goes, I guess. We'll have to see how it goes. I need to know about where halfway point is. I guess the halfway point's going to be this second farm because of the first stop. So the second farm is going to be the halfway point. So as soon as he gets to the second farm for pickup, now I'm assuming he's full. No, he's not. Oh, good. All right, that's fine. So as soon as he gets to the second farm, I'll buy the next train. We'll be good. It might be able to support a second city. My luck with doing... Okay, so I know what's going to happen if I do this, right? And is there another... You know what? I know... What we're going to do is we're going to set this line up, and then I'm going to show you a map. And I'll show you why trying to run two cities off the same station is a bad idea because I already have an example. I already have an example of this and where it doesn't work. So I will actually do that shortly. I will do that and show that to you to wrap up today's stream. So last stream, of course, I showed you one of my maps. Today we're going to have a look at a different map, and it's going to be the perfect example of why you can't do what you're thinking about doing, right? But I will show that second. Oh no, I didn't buy the train. I didn't buy the train. I'm a goof. Darn it. Where's the train at? Is he at the second station? No. Where is the second train? Where is this train? He's gone. He disappeared. Darn it. Okay, he just left the station. Listen, I'm going to stop you right there, dude. Sorry, I got talking away. Listen, stop right there for a second, dude. I got to buy this second train. Do this. Buy vehicles. 260. And come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Buy. Do this. Do that. Bedford train. And we'll run the game and get him at least out the door. Yeah, so once I get the 4 trains on this line, I will save the map, and then I'm going to load another one of my maps, and I will show you where I'm actually using one plant to do 4 towns, and you're going to notice one of the towns looks really goofy. that's what I'm going with, right? So we're going to do that. Come on, trains, let's go. But that 2-farm train line seems short. This one up here at the top, it is a relatively short line, but it is only 1902, right? And these are only moguls, so they can only haul so fast, and so you don't want to be building big, huge freight lines in 1900, right? This would be different. It was 1950 because in 1950, when you have stop. In 1950, we would have the big boys, right? And the big boys, now where did that train go? Really? He made it all the way up here. Well, aren't you just a fast little scooter? Listen, you got to stop there. I got to send this other train underway. Gee whiz. Yeah, you. Gee whiz, I keep talking. I keep missing these trains. Yeah, maintenance is crazy, isn't it? Maintenance is crazy. It's even worse in Transport Fever 1, though. I'll tell you right now. The maintenance in Transport Fever 1, it would kill us on some of these. Like, you couldn't have the maintenance prospects of Transport Fever 1 in Transport Fever 2 because the game isn't geared up that way. You would suffer a lot. Like, a lot in Transport Fever 1. Using Transport Fever 1's maintenance costs. Okay, so stop. Okay, yeah, you're doing a really good job, dude, but gee whiz, like, you guys are all running ahead of me so fast all the time. Where's this train at? Yes, you, go. Start, go. Yes, I need you to be at this farm by the time he gets to this station, and you're not going to get there. In fact, I'm going to have to stop him here in a second. Because he's doing such a great job. All right, stop him. Okay, I'm really going to have to pay attention to these guys for a second because they're just getting out of hand, and we got to get these guys to run right. I thought it only goes to the city and 2 farms. It does. It will punish you a lot if you make the wrong decision with trains. In Transport Fever 2, well, actually both games actually punish you pretty hard. Hey, a new industry was founded, an oil well. Why am I not surprised? So you took an oil well away and you gave me one back. That was very nice of you. So this is the second farm coming up. Yes, you do that. And we're going to start this train, and then we're going to pause it. Do that. There you go. And we're going to pause there and buy another train. Now, this is where I actually got to start borrowing the money because this train is going to cost me $4.5 million. So, buy and put it on the line. There we go. Okay. You. I need to know where you are. And where are you at? I need to know where you are. And I need to know where this guy is up here. Okay. We only need one more train here, right? So once we get one more train in here, and then we can switch maps. Do. I know, toot toot. All the toot tooty things. Toot toot for me. So you've gotten, so you're fully loaded. This guy just dropped off all his wheat. That's great, but obviously there was no bread for him to pick up on the first run, so that's why it says he's carrying plastic, but he's not doing that. That's fine. So everybody is behaving, right? You're coming out of the town. You've just left that second farm. You've just come out of the bread factory. So the question is did I get the spacing right? Will train 7 get to the second farm before train 5 gets between the first and second farm? If he does, then I'm right on the money, right? So this guy's going to stop. He's got to pick up wheat. This guy's going to keep on coming. Yep, that's cool. And that's what we want. We want this guy. We want him to keep traveling. That's right. You just keep right on coming on down this line, dude. Now this guy should make about halfway. They should meet right about here somewhere. And if that's the case, then my spacing is just about right. There we go. And see this, now this guy, he just dropped off all his wheat and he just picked up 36 bread. So he's doing exactly what I need him to do, right? He's doing all the good stuff. All the good stuff. All right, stop. And now I need you. One more train. Yep. I almost had enough money to actually buy it. Borrow. Yep, borrow all the monies. Buy the train. Put it on the line. Do the things. Very good. Okay, so that will now take care of this line. And what I'll do is I will let it bed in. I'll start it here for a second just to let... yeah, repay money. All right, there we go. What I'll do is I'll take this offline for an hour or so and let these two lines bed in, right? Because this one's going to have to do the same thing this first one did, which is, of course, it's going to have to run freight back and forth for a while. We've got to get the balance right, we want to make sure that they keep making money, right? Which is a good thing, right? Because, see, like, money is good. We like money. Right? So I make sure they keep making me that money. So that's good. Now, what we'll do is I will switch the screens here for a second, and we'll save this up. I think this is the one I want. Yes, it is. So let me save this. Save game. Do that. Do this. Hit that. Okay, load game. Where is that at? Is it going to be this one? Yes, it is. Why does that say... That's a really weird number. Anyway, we'll load that one, and then I'll switch the screen back. All right, so... switching the screen back. There we go. So we got the screen's going to take a few minutes here to load. Again, this is a really big map, right? So this is one of them things that they're not going to do. Yeah, I wouldn't depend on them signals to straighten them out, right? I do find signals are fine, but I find the Transport Fever has never been really good at spacing overall. It's okay, but it's not the best. So I like doing the spacing more. It's the same with boats, right? You'd think that it would do awesome stuff with boats, and it does, times 2. So basically, when you make a boat line and you put all the boats on it, however many boats you put on there, just divide it by 2, and you'll have the perfect number of boats. So, in fact, this same map is going to show that. I can actually show you a bunch of boat lines on this map that's coming up, because it will have a perfect example of why spacing matters. And it's almost loaded. This is another really big map. Uh, you guys really like to have me load these really big maps here at the end of the stream, so you gotta be patient. I mean, one thing Transport Fever is really bad at, and this it doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter if it's one or two or whatever. If you have really big maps, they take a long time to load. A long time. Okay, it is. All right, the screen's black. There we go. All right. Yes. Oh yeah. There we go. This is another map example of me doing. This has a whole bunch of boats. So this here, look at some of the boat lines on this. So let's talk about them boat lines for a second. So we have coal and iron up here at this part of the map, and I boat that all the way down the coastline down here to this steel mill down here. And this actually works really good, minus half the boats. So when I first put the boats on this line, let me see if I can find the boat line here. When I first put the boats on this line, I actually had 30, 32, and 34 boats on here, right? So, well, right now it says 19 and 20 vehicles. So let's say 38 and 40. And it looked perfect, and it was exactly twice the number that it needed. And so I deleted half the boats. So you can see where the two boats are traveling together, and then there's like a space, and then there's like two boats, and then there's a space, and then two boats and a space. By doing that, by taking away every second boat, these lines make money, right? Them boat lines, look at that. $6 and $7 million boat lines. You betcha. That's how you make money on boats right there. That's awesome. Then, of course, up here, I do have a third boat line. It's just a little boat line. It's actually a really cool line. What it does is it comes across the harbor here, picks up stone from this quarry, then takes it all the way up the harbor to this stone place up here, and then brings the finished brick down to this town down here, which then, of course, it drops it off, and hey, look at that. They get brick. Not a lot of it, but they get it, which is actually pretty cool. And that boat line makes a couple million a year. Now, as for the that food summary, so this one factory, this one food processing plant, is feeding all four of these towns up here. Okay, so this is you would think, but not really. And I'll go back down to the boats and explain that in a second. So this one food processing plant is feeding these four towns. But this town here, I think it's Woodstock. I don't think it's Edmundston. Yeah, okay, it is Edmundston. So you'll notice Edmundston is like really short. It's like 52 out of 276. And that's because of the way it tries to distribute food. So if we have a look at the lines here, so this food processing center is running flat out. Right? I mean, this thing is amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome. As you can see, it's leveled up so high, it is super leveled up. But these towns are demanding one town alone wants almost 300 food, right? So, yeah, but that is four cities. But one of these cities, like this city wants over 300 food itself, okay? This city wants 276. This one down here wants 281. So, really, when a town's fully upgraded, a food processing center would be lucky to do one town. So yes, in the beginning, yeah, you can get away, and that's what I did here, right? In the beginning, you can get away with doing multiple towns with a single food processor. The problem is that as the towns grow, you got to kind of make some decisions, right? And really, the problem is that now in this map, it doesn't really matter. It wasn't the goal of this map. So it doesn't matter to me that this town's only getting 79 out of 314, right? But it would if I want to now use the yes, mods would allow me to take this one processing plant and go crazy with it, but we're not. Again, I'm not playing mods on this map, right? So the goal of this one was just to have the towns grow, But now, if I wanted these to have extra industries and have them grow even more, I would have to make some decisions here, right? Like I would have to decide, hey, do I put in more food processing plants? Do I do this? Do I do that? What do I do, right? Now, back down to the boats where you said I should put in bigger boats and make more money. Nope, that's not going to happen. And you know why? We're going to have the same problem here as we just had with the trains back on that other map. So you'll notice here they're carrying 74 out of 130, which makes them profitable. But this steel mill, I only need so much steel coming out of this steel mill. And as you can see, it's actually overproducing, right? And I only need so much of that steel for other things. If I had bigger boats, yes, for a short time they would make more money, but then they would all lose money. And the reason is that this steel mill the steel mill and the towns that require it would not be able to use all the steel. And so all the boats would just suddenly stop delivering all the stuff, right? So then what you would have is you would have a bunch of boats running around with like 20 out of a 200 carrying capacity. And then that would come back to your point where you said, where, the maintenance of the boats would cost more than what they were making. And that's how that would work, right? So that's what's wrong there, right? So in that case, that's why these boats here are actually the better boats. They're 3/4 full all the time, and the amount of steel that is being produced and shipped out of here, it can handle the amount of stuff being shipped around, right? Nope, because you cut them in half of the ships. So you think that, but now you've got a problem of timing, right? So let's have a look at the timing here. So these boats are doing at 138 seconds. Well, all right, these two lines run the same, right? So you would think, okay, I have bigger boats, so I would just have less of them. But now your problem is timing. So in this case, instead of like 150 seconds, so what's that? 2.5 minutes? So instead of 2.5 minutes for these boats, so right, like each of these boats comes in at 138 seconds, right, a piece. If I had bigger boats, yes, they could carry more. Yes, I would have less boats, but now these times the frequency would greatly be increased. And the problem with that is that then the steel mill would not be getting the goods fast enough for the trains that are picking it up to be profitable. And then everything would start to fall apart. Sorry, Nightbot. I just wanted to express my emotions. Well, actually, I'll be getting rid of Nightbot shortly. I'll be moving over to Streamlabs here very soon. Nightbot, of course, is kind of where you start with streaming, and then Streamlabs takes a long time to set up. You got a lot of knacky things to set up in Streamlabs, so that's why Nightbot's doing the job at the moment, right? It is what it is. So that is why I wouldn't go with the bigger boats. These boats are the frequency of the boats is good. It's keeping enough material coming in to keep this factory running, just enough to keep the trains running, and that's not the right train. There's a steel train around here somewhere. You know there is, right? And then of course the steel trains, of course, then run around and they do the things. It's the same. It's the same reason why we don't like. I love big boys. Don't get me wrong, and I have big boys over here running oil from here all the way to the north. But I don't have any big boys over here in this part of the map. And it's just because, yes, they can carry more cars. They could carry more stuff. But then the frequency gets messed up. And then you're into a mess, right? Well, that's the thing. Mods. And that's why when I play a game, I don't mind playing with mods. And in fact, I mean, there's all kinds of games I'll play mods with. The problem with mods is that they're a shortcut, right? And then you like a mod can throw out the balance of a game, right? And what the game's really balanced about. So I like the extra challenge of, okay, yes, I guess I could. I mean, there's other things you could try to do. Like I could, for example, I could say, well, don't leave unless it's a full load. Okay, but that's going to make my frequency timers even worse, right? Which in turn will look great when the ship shows up, but then it'll run empty for a while and all that, right? Oh, and no, you're not, Julian. Not, it's perfectly fine. I just want to say make the road longer to give them a processing factor to make the stuff. Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, to make time to processing factor and make the stuff. Yes, if that's the way the game worked, it would probably be all right. But, it is what it is, right? So, yeah, it's all about that balance, right? So, this map has all the things going on, right? Like it has big boys hauling oil all over the place up to these towns up here. We've got where is this train at? There's one. We got metro liners, of course, running passengers. So there's a metro liner that runs from this city down here all the way to the north. And this comes back to Light Flame's suggestion earlier. So I actually have 3 train lines. There's a train line up here servicing these cities. There's a train line down here that services these cities. And then I have a metro liner going between the 2 lines to connect them together, and then they trade back and forth, right? So that's actually what this metro liner is for. It's the connector piece between that train line up there and this passenger train line down here. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. Again, this is another one of my crazy maps, right? I got a bunch of crazy stuff going on. Here's one of my mega cross bridges. Like, I love making these things. These things are awesome. Mega cross bridging going on here. It's all really cool. And there's all kinds of crazy freight lines here. Let's go back to all the lines. Again, almost every line here makes money. This Woodstock fuel line at the moment is losing money, but it tends to make a lot of money, so I'm not too worried about that. But most of the lines here, they're making $13-14 million, right? Which is actually pretty good on this map, considering what it does, right? That's making $12 million. So overall, I got $4 billion. But overall, right, this map makes about between 50 and 100 million, a quarter or whatever it is. So it does all right, right? You have another suggestion for summertime games. Rogue Legacy 2. I will look it up. Again, I will look it up because the name doesn't ring off the bell. But with that, I guess I got to go do things because it's gotten extra late. I'm running on overtime. But of course, so this is just another one of them really cool maps. In fact, it's really cool because this little island out here has 2 towns, and it has this tiny little train line with these 2 little trains that run back and forth between the 2 towns, and it actually does really cool stuff. Expensive. Spoiler. Well, I'm not worried about expense. I'm just worried about the game in general and what it is and what it does, right? So with that, of course, I'm Max. This, of course, has been Transport Fever 2, the spring 2022 update, where we're going to try and make some of them cities grow into something absolutely awesome sauce, and hopefully have some luck at it. If not, boy, am I ever going to look bad. But anyway, I'm sure we'll make it happen in the end. It will be awesome. So with that, of course, I thank everybody for hanging out. Of course, Noko and Alan from earlier. It was great to see them in. And of course, Light Flame, it's great to see you in. Lots of conversation. Of course, Julian, wow, okay. It went all super crazy. Nightbot went crazy, didn't it? Nightbot was like totally... Totally. Trams between cities. In fact, that's what that little island is. It's not really a tram. It's that little diesel train. That's that little C100 diesel train that runs back and forth. But yeah, I could have probably used trams on that, right? And of course, I thank everybody for hanging out for tonight. And again, I'm Max, and I am going to see you on the next one. Take care.